Whispers from Home 7. Today, let's talk about Vikar. Whenever we listen to spiritual talks or words of Sant, we often hear about these Vikar, and we start to realize that on the spiritual path, it's important to be free from them. Vikar become obstacles on our way. So the question arises, what exactly is a Vikar? The word vikar is used when something loses its natural form, when something becomes distorted or impure. We call it a vikar. Just like when a fruit changes color or goes bad, we say it's a spoiled. The same thing happens to our emotions. When our inner feelings go out of balance, they become vikar. There are six main vikars: Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, and Matsar. Let's understand them one by one. Calm or desire. It refers to the desire and attraction that arise from bodily needs or urges. We often find ourselves drawn to things not out of necessity, but because of a desire to fulfill some craving. Krodh or anger. This one is familiar to all of us. Anger often arises when things don't go as we wish. Lobh or greed. It's the excessive desire for wealth, possessions, or status. Oh, or attachment. This is when we become overly attached to people, things, or situations. Mad, pride, or arrogance. It is the ego that makes us feel superior, as though we are better than others. Matsar, or envy. When we feel resentment or bitterness towards others, wishing for what they have. Now, when the mind falls under the control of the senses, these vikars manifest. The natural, pure state of our thoughts becomes disturbed, and we fall into the trap of these negative emotions. For example, take the emotion of love. When love is pure, it's balanced and harmonious. But when it's unbalanced, it can take two extreme forms, one of more attachment and the other of ghrina, hatred. In our minds, when emotions shift from one extreme to other, we can see how these vikars begin to dominate. This shift happens because the mind is not in balance, and as a result, the positive feeling of love can turn into attachment or hatred. Now let's explore how people have attempted to control or manage these vikars. Some have said that the way to overcome vikar is to indulge in them fully to the point where the mind gets bored of them. But this is a dangerous path because the more you indulge, the deeper their hold becomes. Others have said we should suppress these vikars, control our desires, leave the world, and go live in a forest or mountain, maybe. Some even felt they have conquered their vikar this way. But when they returned to the world, they came back with a sense of pride. That very pride, ahankar, is itself a powerful vikar. And when they faced the same worldly situations again, their reactions were just the same. They got angry again, showing that they hadn't really won over their vikar. Just running away didn't help. Even today, in modern times, we see something similar. There are workshops and retreats. We go to peaceful places. We practice silence, mindfulness, different techniques. And yes, during those few days, the mind becomes very calm. We feel like we have overcome something. There is peace. And even after coming back, that peaceful feeling stays for a little while. But slowly, our patterns return. And once again, the same Vikar rise up. So what do we do? The Sant never told us to suppress our Vikar, nor did they ask us to indulge in them. Instead, they gave us a gentle, natural path. They suggest a different path, one of balance and inner peace. There is a story that helps explain this. Japan is a place where earthquakes are common. So, from a young age, people there are trained on what to do when an earthquake hits, how to protect themselves, where to go, how to stay safe. Once a sant was visiting a devotee in Japan. The host had invited a few people over for satsang. While the satsang was going on, an earthquake struck. Everyone quickly ran outside, even the host. But then he realized the sant was still sitting inside. He rushed back in only to find the sun sitting quietly, eyes closed, in deep meditation. There was such calm in his posture that it pulled the host in. He sat down beside him. Every time a tremor came, he would feel fear rising. But each time he looked at the sun, he felt that fear melt away. When the tremors stopped, the sun opened his eyes and calmly continued his thoughts from exactly where he had left off. The host said, "I'm sorry, but I forgot what we were even talking about. I was so scared. And please tell me, why didn't you run like the rest of us?" The Sant replied, "I did run, but there is a difference between your running and mine. You all ran outside, but the earthquake was there too. There was fear too, and insecurity was there too. I ran inward, into the space my Guru had shown me, the space that never shakes, that remains still, unmoved. And in that stillness, no matter what's happening outside, there is strength, there is peace. This is the path Sant show us. Not suppression, not control, not escape. Instead, they teach us to give our minds a new taste, a new direction through Simran, through meditation, through satsang. We slowly start to reach a space where even the roots of emotion haven't yet stirred. Just like in the ocean, the waves on the surface are wild and restless. But the deeper you go, there is a space where waves are just beginning to form. And even deeper than that, there is a complete stillness. As we go deeper on the path of the Guru, our emotional patterns settle, and slowly, by the grace of the Sadguru, the Vikar start to fade, and we keep walking forward on the path of the soul. Satnam Ji.